Good afternoon. Thank you all for coming. My name is Jackie Tuckey. If you would now please stand for the posting of the colors and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Gentlemen in the room, please remove your headgear. Color commandant, host your colors.
Detail, attention. Ready, colors. Up. All right, face. Forward, off. More time, mark. Detail, halt. Left, face. Precinct, on.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order, arm. Colors, pose. Right, face. Forward, off. Mark. Detail, halt. Left, face. Detail, dismissed.
Please be seated. Again, thank you all for coming today. This is our sixth Service Awards ceremony where we have combined not only Service Award pins, but our Core Values Award recipients today. There are 16 members who sit on the Core Values Award Committee, and I would like them all to stand in place or wave, please, those who are here today. These are the people who take the nominations, they vote all of the nominations, and the voting is done anonymously. And from that, we are able to determine the few people who are worthy this season of a Core Values Award. And we're very proud of this committee and to all of the employees who work hard every day to make this team the best that it can be, as well as everybody who's here to receive their Service Award pins for the years served. At this time, I'd like to invite Mayor Colvin to please come and give some remarks.
Thank you, Ms. Tuckey. I promised her I'd keep my remarks under 30 minutes, so. But I'll leave the jokes to Jay, but I just wanted to say, and I certainly have to acknowledge the members of the Fayetteville City Council, if you all would please stand. Councilmember Kathy Jensen, Councilmember Dan Cullerton, and Councilmember Larry Wright. So thank you guys for being here. But we certainly, you all make our job easy to represent you and to represent this fine organization. And today is the day in which we show you how much we appreciate the hard work that you do. You all do all the work. We take all the credit, and but we are a team. And so thank you for what you do and continue to move Fayetteville forward. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Doug Hewitt, and it's my pleasure to be here as your city manager. In addition to thanking the council members for attending as well, are there any retirees from the city of Fayetteville in the audience? If so, if you could stand. Thank you so much for coming back with us for your service pin. And if the family members are here of any of the employees, if you can either stand or wave your hand as well. We really would like to give you a hearty round of applause for that as well. We know that, can't imagine how many conversations you've had after 5 o'clock about that crazy city manager or the wonderful city council that we have. But we know that it takes a lot to support members of our staff and as they do their jobs on behalf of all the citizens of Fayetteville. And that's why it's also so excited to have all of you here today as we do two things. We honor those people who are service pins for their years of service with the city of Fayetteville, but we also recognize our outstanding employees who have achieved great things under our Core Values Award as well. Like the mayor, won't be up here very long, but I do, as always, want to take an opportunity to tell you that we work for one of the best organizations in the world. We have, since we were last here for service awards, as well as the CVAs, we were recognized as the most innovative city in America. Thank you. As the mayor said, I would love to be able to say that that was all me or all of the department directors here along the wall, but it really was all of you, all of the employees. How do you fill the ocean one drop at a time? How do you build a mountain one grain of sand at a time? And through your collective efforts, we have built the 6th largest city and the 9th largest state in the most powerful country in the world. And it again is my honor to be here with you as your city manager. But enough about me, it's all about you today. And so with that, I will turn it over to Jay Reinstein, who will come forward to work us through the CVAs. But I would also ask the council members if you would join me up here to congratulate the winners.
And before we get going, I would like to ask you all, come on up, and I'd like to ask Councilmember Jensen just to say a couple words as our CVA liaison, if you wouldn't mind.
Good afternoon. Thank you for everybody coming out. I say this every time that we've sat up here, and I think this is probably what, number 8? Number 6, I'm sorry. Number 6 that we've started off the CVA awards. It is a true pleasure, and we are doing great things in the city for employees like you that are coming out, I should say team members. We appreciate everything you've done, and for the record, I do not vote no to anybody. I just want everybody to know that. The committee knows that. Everybody is a winner in my eyes, and I do appreciate, and the city council, we do appreciate everything that you do. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to keep today's ceremony to 4 hours. So, no, we're going to be done by 2 o'clock, I think. But we got to keep moving today. We got a lot of awards to give out. We're going to move right into the CVAs, but I need to give you some housekeeping rules here. Folks receiving the CVA, remain in your seat while the video is on. Once the video is completed, you come up, you shake the hands of our elected officials, our city manager, you get your plaque, and then you'll move over to the SMT area and you'll shake hands with all of our senior management team. Seem pretty straightforward? Fantastic. All right. We're going to go to the first winner here. I'm always get a little nervous with the first winner. We're doing it like sort of like the Academy Awards this year. We got a little envelope that I got to open up here. You know, this is very professional. I'm very nervous about opening this first envelope here. And the first CVA goes to Captain Philip Williams.
Captain Mark Williams is one of the responders for Station 6. Responding paramedic Alicia Hudson recently commented that she's observed Captain Williams on more than one occasion participating in the medical response efforts for his station. Response to calls start out like many others where medical assistance is given, but Captain Williams has been noted to go beyond the immediate medical emergency, taking the time to be sure that the family and friends of the patient having the emergency receives the support, guidance, and attention they need. Captain Williams takes it upon himself to be sure the living situation is sufficient and safe, to include fire and CO2 detectors. He also makes sure the responders are comfortable with what they're doing at the emergency. Captain Williams does not lose sight of the human element, making sure that he provides knowledge and compassion. Along with the excellent medical emergency attention, including Compassion for All, education for safety and answering any questions by the patient or their family or friend is important to him. Captain Williams continues to make everyone at the scene a priority and to make everyone feel safe. We should all strive to show and exhibit in all situations the attention he gives. His manner of kindness, courtesy, caring, and going above just addressing the needs of the patient earns Captain Williams the city's Core Values Award.
Live TV. At this rate, we might be done in 4 hours. That was a... All right, our second award goes to... Oh, boy. I am saving the paper. I'm saving the paper. And the CVA goes to Adolph Thomas.
This spring, a local mobile home park found itself with a safety concern and then without electricity. This was an event that thrust residents into turmoil. Adolph Thomas from Economic and Community Development was tasked with helping to provide assistance to families who wanted to leave, as well as to families who stayed. Residents who stayed either had no place to go or had no transportation. Adolph helped provide resources to these families, many of which had children in their homes, and reached out to additional city and county agencies to get all the support he could find for these families. He made arrangements for food, batteries, water, and ice distribution. His on-site presence and first-hand knowledge helped inform residents and bring additional resource organizations in to assist. For residents willing to leave, Adolph identified immediate shelter accommodations. He personally contacted assistance organizations on behalf of residents to give them all possible options for help. He listened to the residents, identified their needs, and identified creative ways to resolve issues. He showed his long-standing commitment to helping those in need and exemplified this by his ability to coordinate assistance from multiple partners to help make the lives of the residents easier during this time of crisis. He epitomizes the mission of the Economic and Community Development Department. His commitment to assist the residents of Fayetteville serves as a model for all employees of the city of Fayetteville. For this, Adolph has presented the city's Core Values Award.
I think they got it down. All right. Just briefly, has anyone ever wondered or thought about this? Why don't crabs ever give to charity? Because they're shellfish. All right. They won't get much better. All right, and the third winner this year for the CVA goes to Aletha Rickson.
Recently, a retired citizen wrote to share information about the beautiful young lady that drives her bus. She writes about bus driver Aletha Rickson. I'm very pleased every time I see this beautiful young lady driving my bus. Her smile lights up the whole bus. She looks at my fare card, takes the time to look at my name, and looks me in the eye to say thank you. She cares about the safety of her passengers and drives very smoothly. She allows me to find my seat before moving to the next stop. When I and all riders depart her bus, we are told thank you for riding and have a great day. No one is left out of her kindness. The citizen continues to write that even though Miss Rickson has been yelled at by riders, she still treats them with respect and says thank you for riding. She truly represents the city very well, is loyal to her customers, and does an amazing job transporting them safely. She's very respectful to the city and upholds her position. She is very professional, shows great stewardship, and places everyone above herself. Miss Rickson definitely serves the city and its citizens with respect. She is a valuable asset to the city and deserves a pat on the back for all she does for me as well as others. Her caring personality is so lovable as well as respected. Miss Rickson represents the core values of the city of Fayetteville, and because of this, she's deserving of a Core Values Award.
And this nomination came from one of our residents, so again. Right. Oh boy. This is a team award, and the CVA goes to Lieutenant Joshua Wilson, Lieutenant Rusty Stewart, Lieutenant Robert Hammonds Jr., Lieutenant Carl Thomas, Captain Jeffrey Harris, Firefighter Matthew Sutton, Firefighter Kristen Hugel, Firefighter Christopher Borden, Firefighter Shane Disbrow. I think I have 2 more pages here. No. And let's watch the video.
Last Christmas, members of Fire Station 8 and 12 decided to support a family in need during the Christmas season. After contacting Lloyd Alman Elementary School, a family was selected and contacted. Speaking with the family's grandfather, they had gathered information about the children's needs. The ages of the children were 2 boys, ages 9 and 6, and a 3-year-old girl. The goal was to meet the personal needs of the children and also to choose a fun and exciting gift for each child. Each firefighter and their families contributed their time and personal funds to this gift of giving. Working as a team, gifts were purchased, wrapped, and delivered. Imagine the surprise and awe on the faces of these children come Christmas Eve when 2 city fire engines, 1 fire ladder truck, and 6 personnel showed up to present these gifts. Each child received a bicycle and helmet, clothes and toys. Even their grandfather received a gift. The joy that was brought to this family brought joy to everyone involved. The thoughtfulness and commitment by these firefighters and their families was exemplary. The team took time to think of others, to show the spirit of service to their community and an ethical way of helping a family in need, taking responsibility to help others, present a positive image of city employees, and to help where it mattered. For this reason, Captain Jeff Harris, Lieutenant Rusty Stewart, Lieutenant Carl Thomas, Lieutenant Robert Hammonds Jr., Lieutenant Josh Wilson, and firefighters Sean Disbrow, Chris Borden, Matthew Sutton, and Christopher Hugel from Stations 8 and 12 C-Shift are all deserving the city's Core Values Award.
Very nice.
We're gonna need some help again.
All right, I'm gonna have you guys shift over some, all the way. And who's gonna be in the center? And after you guys over here, stay right there. Mr. Hewitt, if you can go on this side. Okay. Mary, if you can go on that side. But we're gonna angle a little bit, so you're real close and get to know each other either way. Stay straight.
do that picture again. All right, we're going to let them go through the line here. We're about to announce our next Core Value Awards winner. While they're going through the line, I was trying to think of a pun about escaping quicksand. I was trying to do this on my way here today, but I got stuck. Quicksand and stuck. Okay, the next winner is Andrew Johnson.
Paint and exhibit renovations were needed at the Clark Park Nature Center, and the turnaround time and resources to get the project up and running was short. Once park rangers researched and developed interactive science education elements to be designed, they realized they didn't have the skills to create a finished product. They needed help. Newly hired print shop employee and graphic production specialist Andrew Johnson came to their rescue. He was recommended to Clark Park as someone who could help. Unbeknown to park rangers, Andrew had experience with graphic design and worked with the rangers to develop pleasing and visually appealing graphics that would work with materials that local sign shops used. Andrew was as much a perfectionist about the work as the park rangers. He took the time to do additional research on design. He remained calm and courteous during all the revisions that took place, especially with one particularly difficult piece of work for a spiderweb exhibit that would have flappers that moved on the finished board. Andrew took it upon himself to perfectly align the web strands and piece into a movable exhibit. His painstaking work, positive, courteous, and knowledgeable manner allowed Clark Park to produce and show new and beautiful artwork. Andrew's graphic expertise, positive can-do attitude, exemplary customer service, and willingness to take the time and effort to bring this project to fruition earns him the Core Value Award.
Andrew also came to us through our Veterans Internship Program and now is a permanent city employee, so we're very proud of Andrew. All right, our next, we have just two more. Feel the tension in the room, don't we? A lot of tension here. I'm feeling it. Get nervous here. Open this. Okay. And the CVA goes to Crystal Pate.
To attempt to classify Crystal Pate into only one or two of the city's core values would be an injustice to both her and the city. When co-workers and permit technician Linda Evers passed away in April of this year, Crystal's compassion for her co-workers and passion to see the team succeed was very evident. Crystal voluntarily came in during the day to help the permitting staff answer phones and greet customers in order to provide assistance and support to Linda's co-workers. Crystal saw a need and took the initiative. Crystal also used this opportunity as a time to see how important the permitting section was to her role within the office. Upon realizing the importance of the duties of the permitting staff, Crystal requested that all inspection supervisors take time to sit with the permitting staff. Crystal always put the needs of the team and others first and foremost, as exemplified by her commitment to the permitting technicians. Upon looking at the criteria for the Core Values Award, it was evident that Crystal embodies and personifies service, responsibility, ethics, stewardship, professionalism, entrepreneurial spirit, commitment, and teamwork. Crystal's actions is a reminder of one of the quotes from Coach Vince Lombardi. Individual commitment to a group effort, that is what makes a team work. A company work, a society work, and a civilization work. Crystal proudly serves the citizens of Fayetteville and her co-workers with respect. Her character, compassion for others, unwavering commitment, and team-based approach defines her as a shining star within developmental services and makes her deserving of the Core Values Award.
Congrats. And our final CVA winner today. Boy, this is a... Okay. And the CVA goes to Captain Lester Goodwin.
With the colder than normal weather this past January, City Engine 6 responded to a call of a homeless man in need. This patient was extremely concerned for the care of his feet, stating they needed to be covered due to the cold and wet conditions. The responders of Engine 6 worked to take care of the needs of the patient, but Captain Lester Goodwin took it upon himself to provide the patient with his own socks and work boots to alleviate his concerns of protecting his feet from the weather conditions. Captain Goodwin then walked back to the engine barefooted and returned to the station to put on socks and his spare work boots so that he could continue his shift of work. Concern for the patient was utmost in his mind. He was concerned about the man's needs and met them without any hesitation, giving more than the man expected. Captain Goodwin, on a regular basis, leads his crew by example and compassion, taking the responsibility for the team's performance and actions. Never does Captain Goodwin talk about his good deeds. It's only known by the witnesses within his crew who see his actions, which are always for the good of the citizens, no matter who they may be. He is a true leader and exemplifies the definitions of compassion, ethics, and service to the public. For these reasons, Captain Lester Goodwin is deserving of the city's Core Values Award.
I was glad Captain Lester did confirm before the event that the socks were laundered before they were, so thank you for that bit of information. That was unsolicited. Just before we switch gears and we move to the service awards, as many of you know, and it was described in the video for Crystal Pate, that we lost one of our employees, Linda Evers, Development Services employee. Passed away recently, but I think it's also important for folks to know she was also nominated for an award this year. So again, we just wanted to recognize that nomination for Miss Evers, and again, we're sorry that she is no longer with us. So with that being said, we're now going to turn it over. I think Barbara, or I can't see Barbara, I'm looking at a flag. Barbara, I think we're getting close. Barbara called me this morning, and she said 5:30 in the morning, and she said, what can we wear to match? So I'm wearing orange, and Barbara's wearing orange. She thought that was very important for some reason. You know Barbara, I can't. Anyway, all right, so what we're going to do is we're going to begin the service awards. We're doing it a little different than we have in the past. Normally we started with the 5-year awards, moved all the way to the 35 or 40-year awards. This year we're doing a little bit backwards, and we're starting with the higher awards, and we're moving back to the 5. So what we're going to do now is we are going to start with the 35-year awards, and I'm going to now point to Barbara. And Barbara, it's your turn to read.
35 years, Selena Washington.
And for the family members, feel free to get up and take pictures if you'd like as well.
Yeah, please.
Yep.
You're gonna get...
Yeah.
Maine, it's okay to take a picture.
If you've been here for 35 some demands.
Yeah.
Great, congratulations. I love the movies, and I saw the best darn beaver movie last night. I just ruined the joke. It was the best damn movie I've ever seen. Boy, did I blow that one. And that was my favorite, too. I saw a beaver movie last night. It was the best damn movie ever, and I thought everything we're doing with the dams, I blew it. Very close. All right, it's now time for the 30-year awards, and we have 7 recipients whose years add up to a total of 210. Barbara, if you could read the names.
Jacqueline Bell. Owen Harris II. Jackie Long. Stephen Parrish. And Frank Whiteside.
There has been a motion by Councilmember Culleton for you to take pictures, so we're good.
We're not going to be able to get done by 2 o'clock.
And you voted yes. Sorry. Thank you. Congrats. All right. Now up to the 25-year award winners, and we have 6 recipients. That equals 150. I had 125. Barbara, if you can read those names, please.
Could you do that math again for me, please?
I think I blew it. Just keep moving. Let's not bring any attention to the math. Let's keep going.
David Bowen. Tony Coleman. Kenneth Griffin. Terry Jackson. Charles Reap. And Scott Thornall.
Okay. Oh, you want to do the same thing? Okay, come on. Just bring everyone on up here. Do you have a family? Bring them on. Come on, come on.
You've been here the whole 25. This is my sister. Well, she's been with me since.
That was not prearranged. Very cool. Chief Hawkins was talking to me earlier before we walked in, and she was telling me about the case against the donut thief. The case against the donut thief, and it was full of holes. All right, it's now time. We got donut thief full of holes. Okay. It's now time Enough of the mocking. It's now time for the 20-year awards, and we have 20 recipients whose years add up to 400. Barbara?
John Adams. David Barefoot. Robert Hammonds. Daniel Hewlon II. James McNeil. David Richtmeyer. James Roper. And Adolph Thomas.
Oh, my. While they're getting through the line, is Pam McGill here? Pam McGill? Pam is here. But she's not listening, so... Well, Pam, did you know that England doesn't have a kidney bank, but it does have a Liverpool? I love doing my accent when I can. All right, now it's time. Now it's time for the 15-year awards, and we have 16 recipients whose years total 240. Barbara?
Connie Flores. Lorenzo Hartwell. Darwin Hudson. Roy Locke. Jennifer Osborne. That's it.
Well, we're really winding down here. Just a couple more awards. I had so many more jokes, I can't fit them all in, so that's unfortunate. Appreciate that, Doug. It's time now for the presentation of the 10-year awards. We have 28 recipients. 28 times 10 is 280 total years. Barbara?
Joe Baucom. John Bowen, or Bowen, my apologies. Paula Bowers. Christopher Curry. I have Gary Garrison. Joshua Haywood. Keisha Kinsey. Jessica Leggett. Merla Molina. Robert Sampson. And finally, Michael Williams.
To the guy who invented zero, that's the guy that invented zero. Thanks for nothing. The guy that invented zero.
Jay, it doesn't improve with repetition.
No. Thank you, Barbara.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that support. All right, and finally, our 5-year recipients. We're going to wait till they get through the line. There's a lot of excitement over there.
Yeah, that's the Karen McDonough and Tiffany corner.
Yeah. Karen, we good now? Okay, great. All right. And finally, it's time for the 5-year recipients. We have a total of 41, totaling 205 years. Barbara Hill.
Jared Backey. Patricia Best. Michael Casey. Melody Conard. Veronica Hill. Christopher McMillan. Deirdre Patterson. Stacy Ritchie. Charles Starling Jr. Katie Valentine. And that's our service awards.
Yeah. As we wrap up, you guys have been great. You've been patient. I really want to give a special thanks to those CVA winners and Service Award winners. You guys have made a huge commitment to this organization, and the work that you do year in and year out does not go unnoticed. So let's give everyone a big hand. All the great work. I also had to thank retired Battalion Chief T.E. Alone and firefighter McAfee, who screened some of my jokes beforehand. I had pages, and they got me down to about 7. So thank you guys very much for your honesty. They are to blame. All right, special thanks must also go to Mayor Colvin for his continued support. Council member Kathy Jensen serving as our CVA liaison, to Councilmember Culleton for his presence here today, to Doug Hewitt, our city manager, for his continued leadership and support of the CVAs and the understanding that we can't do it without you. We need you all to continue these efforts. Thank you. Jackie Tuckey, she, again, I say it all the time, she's the glue that holds it together. Andrea Tebby, who works a lot behind the scenes. I don't know if Andrea is here. She really helps put everything together. So thank you, Andrea. To Edward Lake, our new Icon intern who helped us. Thank you, Edward. Edward was amazing. HRD, Wendy Warfel, Lorena Metzger, Elizabeth Rockwell, Ivana Stevenson, Rain Williams, and Barbara Hill, our HRD folks. Again, we said earlier, the CVA committee. Corporate communications, Gavin and Sherry, these great videos that are done, these don't happen overnight. A lot of work goes into it, so thank you. And last but not least, the folks against the wall, as I call them, our SMT team. Your leadership is appreciated. Thank you for standing up and down and constantly throughout the event. Appreciated. I think now what we're going to do is we're going to rise, everyone, for the retrieval of the colors, and following that we will have refreshments next door in the Lafayette room. Thank you all for joining us today.
Gentlemen, once again, please remove your headgear. Color commander, retrieve the colors.
Detail, attention. Forward, forward. Right, face. Forward, march. More time. March. Detail. Halt. Left. Face. Three. Colors. Right. Face. Forward. March. More time. March. Detail. Halt. Left. Face. Detail. Dismissed.
Again, don't miss the reception next door in the Lafayette room. A lot of great food. Maybe not a lot, but there's good food over there. Enjoy.